I think as a coach, I think you naturally just find like for any obviously you're it's taking you 3 years almost to
Yeah.
get this clear. But I think at the start, for any coaches who are listening who are just starting out, it's more just like you're gonna work with the fucking everyone, and then you'll find out what you're good at and who you click with the most. So I noticed that I was better at getting body transformations
Yeah.
with lads that are sort of like my age-ish, so 18 to 26 sort of age range at first. And you noticed that you were working better with females, probably sort of what age would you say?
About my age-ish.
Yeah.
A little bit younger, sometimes a little bit older.
Yeah. And then you just sort of fall into that, and then it refines further and further and further, and then you get to a point where 3 years in, we're still refining it and becoming more clear on who that person is. So it's one of them things, like you can sit here and go, oh, I work with this person, but like in 6 months it might be slightly different.
It's ever evolving, isn't it? Like,
because as we evolve as humans, our drive to help the world and help this certain type of person may change a little bit depending upon what we're going through. And
as your skill set changes as well, like as you grow as a coach, like I said this to Rachel the other day, like she was saying about like how busy she was and like people wanting session times on like Saturday mornings and stuff. And I was like, you're 3 months in, mate. Yeah, you're just gonna have to eat shit. Like it is what it is. Like you want to get busy, you want to be good.
Yeah.
You've just got to eat shit. Like we both done it.
Yeah.
First year, just doing like 60-hour, 70-hour weeks, just not sleeping, like coming home, bed, up, gym, home, sleep, up, gym, like day after day after day.
Cakes in the changing room.
Oh, just like inhaling food, like in the 5-minute gap you've got between clients, like because someone's turned up late, so you can quickly run to the office and eat something. Like I was like, it's like that. It is what it is, and you got like.
But even still, like you say, you're 3 months in. We're about 3 years in. We've still got to eat shit.
100%. Like there's times where like
like it's just a bit less shit than we used to have to eat.
You can be a little bit more picky on calls and be a little bit more picky with who comes into the business. But again, there's still times where like
you've got to get it done.
You've got bills to pay. Like I need people in the business, so like there's times where I've just like I've been on calls with people and gone, this person's gonna be a fucking nightmare. But tax is due soon, so okay. Start on Monday, and then it's 4 months of banging my head against the wall. And sometimes you need to do that because you need to make money.
Yeah.
And then I think that's happened so much where I've got to the point where it's just like I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
I'd rather lose the money.
Yeah.
Than bang my head against the wall. How many conversations have I had with you over the past like 2 years where I've just done that? And then just got really frustrated.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it. It's not worth it for the person either, though.
That's not like, even, there's not even to say anything bad about the if you come in and cause your coach loads of stress, there's not necessarily anything wrong with that person. It just means that the relationship wasn't correct.
Yeah.
Wasn't the right person.
That's it. And I always blame me. We've had this conversation before. If it goes wrong, it's my fault.
Yeah.
100%. If you don't get the result that you asked for, if you get really frustrated every single week, that's my fault.
Mm-hmm.
1, shouldn't have signed you up, or 2, should have done more to get you the results. Like it always falls on me because you've hired me as your coach to do that. So when that happens and I get frustrated, I'm not frustrated. I'm never frustrated at the person. I'm frustrated at me for not making it happen. Do you know what I mean? And that's when I come to you that I'm fucking frustrated.
I feel like within reason though, because there is a certain point where people just need to take their own responsibility. You could do everything in the world to put that person in a position, everything within our power, and it still might not be enough. And if that person was to be in a different headspace and be able to drive themselves a little bit further or be able to pull something out of themselves, it would happen. But sometimes again, we could argue the opposite because it's your job then to pull that out of them.
Yeah, so it's asking the right question. Again, it's tough, isn't it? That's why I love this job. It is what it's a constant, like you just constantly work.
It's like a puzzle.
Yeah, no one's the same.
No,
are they? Like you have a lot of similar conversations, but no one's the same. There's like everyone's got their own shit going on, so I love it.
It's boss. So so working out who you work best with and who you want to work with, I think is important as well, because as you said, it's who you work best with.
Yeah.
But if you want to work with the person and it's the type of person that is the correct is the correct person for you to take them on a journey that's fulfilling for you as a
Yeah.
coach.
That's
as well as for them.
massively important.
Because if like, it's not to say that, I mean, well, actually, yeah, it is to say, if let's say I got like a 50-year-old Mary, like Ross said last week, I could get them to lose 10 pounds and feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
And that would be sound, but it's not the same feeling for me as getting a 23-year-old
Yeah.
who's got like great shape but just has never been lean, shredded and diced and just looking unbelievable. Like, that's just it's not the same feeling for me. So it's about, and that's the luxury of being your own boss, isn't it? Being able
Massively.
to choose the avatar of client that you actually want to work with to fulfill you as a person, and then that manifests into bettering their life as well.
Yeah, I think that's been a really important shift for me in my head. We had this conversation the other week, like, oh yeah, I get to choose.
Yeah,
I get to choose who I work with, don't I? Obviously, it was like a stupid light bulb moment because I was just snowed in, like, in my own head.
Yeah, and
it was that like, I was trying to do something that doesn't fulfill me, even though I'm working with people that's their goal. They've come to me for this goal and I'm trying to help them achieve that goal and they're happy achieving that goal. That's not fulfilling me because I don't care enough about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do the job because I understand the science behind it and how to apply the principles, but it's not fulfilling for me. And if it's not fulfilling, it's like getting a burger from someone in Mackey's. Like, they don't give a fuck about the burger. They're just there to earn a wage.
They're not going to put all of their potential energy into that.
Whereas if you go to like a fucking gourmet burger restaurant and the restaurant owner is the chef, he's going to put his heart and soul into every single burger that he makes, and he's going to fucking wipe the plate so it's fucking sparkly clean when he sends it out. And that's what was happening. And I'll admit that, like, back end of last year, I was churning out shit. I was doing shit for me clients, doing shit for the business because it just wasn't fulfilling what I was doing for me. And that's massively important. You need to feel fulfilled. You need to actually fucking enjoy doing that shit. And the last like 6 months I've nailed down on that. And now, mate, fucking, like I told you, like, check-in day today, can't fucking wait. Like, yeah, just more so for like the what's to come for people. And I actually had a bit of a back and forth with Mark this week on Slack over this.
On Slack, what do you mean?
Slack, you know, it's like a messaging system. So that's how we all communicate in the thing now. And he was like, because I told him sort of what I want to do, and he was like, you keep just changing your mind, you keep trying to make something new and all this. And I was like, no, look, listen, I think I've jumped ahead. Like, obviously a lot of people reach out to me for fat loss. Like, that's initially what they want. Great, sound, I can do that for you. But I'm not about fat loss. Like, I'm not a fat loss coach. Like, yes, come to me to lose weight, but I want you to do fucking more with your life. That's why it's called Level 10 Life, and that's what was missing from what I was doing. That wasn't fulfilling me. And so that's what this whole new signature program is about. It's about like, okay, great, yeah, you want to lose weight because you don't like your body sound, but then what? And it's the then what that gets me fucking excited. Like, how many times have I said to you, fat loss is boring? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And for some coaches, it's not. For a lot of fucking coaches in the UK, like,
it's your lived experience because you got shredded and it was nothing, didn't do anything, and then you were like, right, well, then what?
And then what?
And now you found something for yourself, and now you want to bring that to other people.
Yeah. So like, great, let's help you lose weight, but then what? And it's the then what that like.
So I'm very similar to you in the sense that I have no emotional attachment to fat loss.
Yeah.
But I spoke about this before. It's what happens to the person on the way to becoming that, to attaining that physique that excites me. So like, I don't really give a fuck about like how anyone looks or how I look or whatever, but it's more just like being able to show that level of discipline, that level of dedication in order to achieve that physique. You have to become a certain person. You have to, I've said this on a previous podcast, and I've posted it on Instagram as well, but like, you naturally become a certain person. You naturally learn what you're capable of, and that just raises your level of self-confidence, your level of self-esteem. Everything changes about your life, and that is the exciting bit. It's not necessarily about how you look. It's just an air suit, lad.
It's just an hair
It
suit.
doesn't matter what you do with your
No.
airsuit. It doesn't matter what your airsuit looks like.
Yeah.
It's about what's going on inside.
Yeah.